Hey guys, welcome to another What Sold video. I racked up quite a few sales over the weekend. These are the things that I'm shipping out today. I have been wrangling with the baby, so I don't have everything sitting in front of me to show you right now, but I want to film while he's in his little walker eating his potatoes, right? I will insert pictures of the things that I don't have sitting in front of me right now. My previous What Sold videos, I was inserting the pictures, like the listing pictures or screenshots of everything. Let me know if you prefer that video style. It takes a bit more time, but if that's the preferred style, then I'll continue doing that. And if it doesn't really make a difference, then I won't. So comment that down below whether you prefer that style or if this is just the same to you. All right, let's start with a dress. I sold this dress. The brand label is Mileu, I believe. I don't know if this is actually a decent brand, but I figured it would sell off style alone, so I did buy it even without knowing anything about the brand. The micro florals tend to do really well for me. So this sold very quickly for $17. I sold this face cream from an Allure box that I got for myself that I figured I wouldn't use. It's by the brand Medic 8. Hopefully you can see that. And this sold for $17. It's sealed. I sold an Abercrombie tank top that I don't have in front of me. I'll insert a picture of that listing, which sold for $12. It did have a small hole in it, which I didn't realize when I was sourcing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. But it sold for $12, so I made a very small profit on it. I sold these Align ribbed leggings for $35. They're a size 0 in a brown color. This is my first time finding this brand, Quince. It sells very quickly, apparently. I haven't found it before. It doesn't sell for a lot, but it's made of very high quality materials. This dress sold very, very quickly, like 1 or 2 days, for $28. I accidentally sent out an offer. I send out offers every Sunday for like 10 to 20% off depending on how I'm feeling. I accidentally included this one in the offer even though I had literally just listed it, and somebody bought it with that offer. I sold an Anthropologie plush llama, which I will insert a photo of because I don't have it in front of me. That's in my plush bin. That sold for $22. I always like to go through the plushes, especially now that I have a baby. I look for the jelly cats, and then anything else that kind of like piques my interest, I will also look at. I sold this Zara dress, which Zara dresses tend to do decently well for me. This Zara wrap dress, really cute floral pattern, puff sleeve, that sold for $18. Zara is another one of those brands too that like people don't pick up sometimes, and I do pretty well with Zara as long as it's a very cute and trendy style. And then every once in a while I'll hit something that's like a blogger's favorite and it'll do really well. This IRO skirt I sat on for a little while, but it ended up selling for $30. Hang on, here's the label. This is a brand you want to look out for. It's very expensive retail designer skirt. This one is like a midi length skirt in excellent condition, and whoever bought that, you are getting a steal because IRO is extremely expensive. Their leather pieces do very well. I sold a leather jacket by them for $180, I think. Speaking of designer, I also sold this beautiful Sandro dress. This is the Sandro label, and this sold for $55. The top is a linen, and then the bottom is a silk material. I was getting nervous that this wasn't gonna sell by the end of the summer, and then it was gonna just sit, and I was gonna have to accept a really low offer on it. So I'm really happy that that ended up selling. I can grab the next item right now because it's right here. hanging on my wall. I sold this Western hat. I think I said in a previous what sold video. I do fairly well with Western hats. They're selling these at Urban Outfitters right now. They're really trendy. This one I got for really cheap at an estate sale, and it sold for $20 very quickly. It's the brand Cooper's? Yeah, Cooper's. But brand doesn't necessarily matter on these items. Madewell dress. I always say I sell flawed items all the time. This is a Madewell dress. You know what the brand tag for Madewell looks like, but it's a very cute Madewell, like flannel material, plaid check dress, midi length. This one did have flaws, like I said. It had some bleach staining here, and it also had bleach staining kind of like around the hem a little bit. I sold this one for cheap because of the bleach staining. I don't know how, but I didn't see the bleach staining when I was sourcing. And then I was like, oh, I'll just keep it. And then I never wore it. So then I listed it just for like super cheap because it is a really cute item. Somebody could like dye it black if they want to. Anyways, somebody ended up buying it for $13. So I'm happy that that will go to a new home. I sold a mug that I'll put a picture up of that sold for $17, and that was from a garage sale. I think I got it for $1 at the garage sale. The mug is from Anthropologie. I sold these black Nike Air Maxes very quickly after listing them. These were from my closet, and they sold for $31. A tried and true quick bread and butter flip always is the Lululemon Dance Studio pants. It doesn't really matter the style, whether it's the jogger or the wide leg or the color. These sold for $27 very, very quickly. People love these pants. They say that they're a very flattering fit. I've never tried them on or had a pair, but yeah, people swear by them. People do really like them. Next is also a pair of shoes. I sold a good amount of shoes actually this weekend. I sold these Nike white blazer shoes. I didn't sell these for a whole lot of money, but they sold for $22. Shoes I think do well on Poshmark because their shipping is flat. So where like a tank top is probably not going to do awesome, pair of shoes the shipping is fairly reasonable for. So $22 Nike blazers. I got these for $3 at Goodwill, a Goodwill in Pennsylvania. This silk dress that I got at the bins sold this weekend. It's so delicate. It has no brand on it. It sold for $15, and these are the kind of things I like to pick up at the bins. So like I was saying, this is the kind of stuff that I really like to pick up at the bins. It costs me nothing. It is like zero inventory, storage space, and it sells. And I can list it for cheap, and oftentimes it will go out in a bundle. This time it didn't, but a lot of the times it will. I sold these Hey Dude shoes. They sold almost instantly, like within 10 minutes. I sold these for $25. They're in like new condition. Maybe I priced them too low. I don't really know. But they sold for $25 quickly, so I'll take that. I sold a couple of bundles as well. So I sold these Mother jeans. These ones didn't perform like Mother jeans can perform. They are a skinnier style, which is why they didn't perform the way that Mother jeans can do really, really well. And these ones didn't do as well as some other styles. But all Mother jeans I would pick up regardless. This is the tag. The pockets have an M on them. This is the Rascal style, I believe, in a dark wash. So I sold those with this Athleta dress. This is an older style Athleta dress, but I did still pick it up because athletic dresses do very well for me, and this was I believe it was a larger size. It was a medium, but it's not an extra small, so that's good. Okay, I have 2 more bundles to show you. So I sold this scarlet bra. This was from the bins, and it is made with Peruvian cotton, so I picked it up. This is what the brand looks like if you can't see. Scarlet Blue is the brand. This sold with a Peruvian Connection tank top. Funny enough, somebody likes Peruvian cotton. And that also sold with a pair of Madewell jeans. The Madewell jeans I'll insert a photo of. They did have a flaw. They had a hole in the crotch area. I would not have bought them if I did see that, but my quality control these days is not as good as it's been in the past. Pre-buying, of course, I do quality check everything before I list it while I'm photographing. In the store, sometimes Daniel makes it a little bit difficult because he hates shopping and he has to come with me for that. So those 2 tank tops and the jeans sold in a bundle for $25, which is great because all of that is older inventory or flawed inventory, and I just wanted to get rid of it. My last bundle that I sold is this Vince tank top, these Franco Sarto square toe boots, and I will insert a picture of the other items in the bundle. And that bundle sold for $72. That's it. Bye.